So I started January very bad, right? I made four straight consecutive losses, and I was like, "Whoa, what am I doing wrong?" Because last month was a very good month. Last month was my no 2 months ago. November was a very good month. Last month was a little bit meh, but I didn't start off with four consecutive losses. So I just took some time with myself just to review my trades and kind of understand the reasoning behind making all of these losses. I also looked at last month and the month before and tried to see if there was some kind of relation in all of those losses. And there are a few things that I have noticed. And yeah, in this video, I'm just going to share that, right? So the first thing is ego trading. This one is very big because the thing with me is I don't like taking partials or I don't like doing that stuff. What I like to do is let my trade go to TP, right? And that could also be a problem because even last week I had a trade that was going very well. It was like around 30 pips and I ended up getting stopped out because I didn't take any partials. Price just completely reversed on me. I didn't take no profits, no partials whatsoever. So I just threw that profit out the window. And yeah, when it comes to like ego trading, or what I've realized is I just don't like to accept other outcomes. For me, it's like it has to like price has to take my TP. But I have to understand that obviously in these markets, nothing is guaranteed and anything can happen. So yeah, a lot of losses or a lot of trades that I like throw away is due to wanting my analysis to go perfectly. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take more partials and obviously do break even as well, much more, instead of just like wanting the trade to go TP every single time because that's obviously not gonna happen, right? I even had a trade this week. Oh my days. I was literally 0 point, it's not even 1 pip, like zero, like 0.10 pips away from my TP. It didn't take it. It didn't and I was watching price live instead of just closing the trade. I actually I wanted price itself to to reach my TP and go on my MT4 and see that TP was green, right? Because that means that it's been hit. And yeah, then like literally 0.10 pips away from my TP, price reversed. I ended up closing because I did learn from the trade before that I completely just did not close. So I did take some profit, but it was only half the profit of what I could have obviously had. So yeah, my ego trading is definitely something that I need to work on, and obviously that take more partials and break even and that. Now the second thing is emotions. I've realized the technical side of trading is really not difficult. Like if you just give it some time, anybody can everybody knows what higher highs are, lower lows, like all of these patterns. Everybody knows like what they are, right? Everybody can read them. If I explain it to a 5 year old in simple terms, they will also understand it. But the difficulty of trading that I've realized is your emotion, like the psychology behind it. You need some insane psychology skills to even first of all get into a trade. Second of all, stay in that trade. Third of all, what you're gonna like, how you're gonna manage the trade, and the fourth one is like your decision making. Like, am I gonna close? Am I gonna take partial? Am I gonna go break even? Like, there's just so many things psychology wise that it's not easy. Like, it really isn't easy. Like, if you're going short, for example, and you're seeing price aggressively going up, automatically, or me at least, automatically you're like there's something like your heart is starting to be faster, right? It's starting to become aggressive. And yeah, man, I don't have that problem now, not as much as before, but it is still there at times, right? Like it does make you like wanna consider, like reconsider your trade. Like, damn, I'm actually like, is my trade actually, or was my analysis actually correct, right? But it's obviously like it's just part of the game. It's just how trading is, and yeah, man, just comes with time as well. I think with time you're gonna be able to handle all of that fluctuation of the markets. So yeah, emotions are very, they're the number one enemies or the number one reason why a lot of traders fail, right? Now, the next thing is disrespecting my plan. It's so easy, and this is like with any like rules, right? It's so easy if you've got a list of rules. It's so easy to break one of them. It's so easy to break one of them. Like, I obviously have a trading plan, when I trade, what I trade, etc. Everything, right? And whenever I see like something happening in the markets which can lead to a possibility of making profit, I could literally like, just like that, I will break a rule, and that's not good. I just like, all I need to do is follow my plan. Whether I make a loss or a profit, it doesn't matter. As long as I'm following my plan and I'm winning. If I'm following my plan and I'm losing like very badly over a long period of time, then I need to review my plan. But my plan is good. It's good. My plan is definitely good. But it's just so easy to disrespect your plan. Like, there was this one time where, because I obviously have certain trading times, right? I have kill zones that I trade in. There was this one time that I was waiting for this trade, and it was like a very high probability trade, but it just did not, like, the setup didn't want to form inside of my kill zone, right? So I was really like, I was waiting for this, like, for the setup to form so I could enter my trade, and like, for some reason price was just moving very slow, and it was taking so long to form that setup, and then it eventually did. But guess when it did? It was like a minute after my kill zone ended, and I was like, you know what? It's only a minute after, right? It should still be valid. I swear down. I entered the trade SL straight away, and that's not the first time. There are many times that I enter trades like a minute before, or even a few seconds after my kills ended, and I just got stopped out. So ever since then, I was like, nah, I'm not doing that again. I'm like, I don't care if this is the most perfect setup I've ever seen. I don't care if it's seconds after my kill zone has ended. I'm not entering. I don't care. It has to be inside of my kill zone. So yeah, man, it's actually funny because when you disrespect your plan, the market humbles you very quickly. It humbles you very quickly. So yeah, disrespecting my plan, and it's not even just with kill zones. It can sometimes even be like with the amount of lots I'm trading. Let's say, for example, again, I'm seeing a very high probability trade, or at least my eyes, then I would tend to use more size and leverage so I can make even more money, right? And I also get humbled very quickly then as well. So yeah, disrespecting my plan is also a very like a common one, and that's definitely something that I need to work on as well. Now, the next one is trading highly manipulated pairs. So I trade EU, GU, and gold, right? But I actually stopped trading gold this year, January. January, I was like, I'm not trading gold. I'm only trading EU and GU because, bro, gold is so manipulated. Like, anybody who trades gold profitably, consistently, like, give your like hats off to you, honestly, because I don't know, gold is so manipulative. compared to EU and GU and all of these other pairs. Like, I don't know how people do it. Because I've seen profitability with my trading style in gold, but it's not consistent. Like I make a lot of losses with gold in comparison to EU and GU. Like for me, EU and GU, they're just like more algorithmic. They're like the more algorithmic forex pairs. And gold is like, I don't know, bro. But it's probably just me because I know that people who also trade using ICT concepts and they're actually doing pretty well with gold. So yeah, man, it's just crazy how quick gold moves. Like you could be going like your trade could be going the right direction and then it instantly just reverses on you out of nowhere. So yeah, man, that's why I've noticed that I like when I reviewed my trades like in December, November, and that I've noticed that most of my losses actually came from gold. I didn't make only losses with gold, but it was to the point where you know what, I might as well just stick to EU and GU because that's where I'm making the most money, right? So yeah, trading highly manipulated pairs. I stopped trading gold. I now only trade EU and GU. And the next one or the last one is not seeing potential reversal zones because of my analysis. And this actually happened to me yesterday as well, or no, 2 days ago, right? And yeah, basically when I like mark all of my zones and that, when I do all of my analysis, like mark my zones, mark the liquidity pools, etc. Right? The thing is, when you do that, or when I do that, I tend to not see other possible outcomes, right? So in this case, in this trade that you're gonna see here, I obviously had a bullish bias. I was gonna buy price, and I obviously made a loss. And I was like, why did I make a loss here, right? Because whenever I make a loss, even if I did follow my plan, I always like to know straight away what could have been the possible reason for me to make this loss, right? So I just reviewed the trade, and when I was like reanalyze reanalyzing, I saw that there was a supply zone that obviously caused for the markets to reverse on me. I didn't see that at the time because obviously when you're like analyzing and that and in the moment, you don't see things that you see after when you look back, right? So yeah, and that's also not the first time that it's happened. There were also other occasions where I was like when I obviously done my analysis and I didn't see a fair value gap, for example, or whatever the case, right? So yeah, when I'm analyzing, I also need to make sure that I'm looking at like the other possible outcomes and I'm looking at the whole picture and not just fixated on what I want to happen, right? So yeah, man, that is what I've realized how I'm making my most of my losses. Very rarely actually am I making losses, just making losses. Like most of the time it's because of these few reasons. I obviously do make losses if I'm trading, like following my plan perfectly, doing everything like I'm supposed to. But man, a lot of the times it's just these little things that I can prevent. So, because already I don't trade like I don't take that many trades a week. Most of the time, I take like max 2 trades, the absolute maximum 3 trades a week, because I only focus on the high probability and easy setups. I stopped taking these low probability trades. I literally stopped it. So I only take these high probability trades that are very easy to like. They're very easy, right? So yeah, man, it's just these few things I need to work on. Follow my plan, not ego trading, like stop ego trading, master my emotions even more because I haven't mastered my psychology. I've still got a long way to go. Stop trading gold because I was making too many losses with gold, and obviously look at the whole picture and not being fixated on what I want to see, right? But anyways, we're gonna come back. We managed to wipe out all of the losses in 2 trades. Breakdown's gonna come this weekend. Anyways, guys, peace.